Question 1. When driving in foggy conditions, what should you do to maintain visibility? A. Use high beam headlights. B. Use low beam headlights. C. Turn on hazard lights. Answer. B. Use low beam headlights. In foggy conditions, using low beam headlights helps increase visibility by reducing glare and reflection. Question 2. What is the maximum speed limit on California highways unless otherwise posted? A. 55 miles per hour. B. 65 miles per hour. C. 70 miles per hour. Answer. C. 70 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit on California highways is typically 70 miles per hour unless otherwise posted. Question 3. What does a solid yellow line on your side of the road indicate? A. You may pass if it's safe to do so. B. No passing allowed. C. Passing allowed with caution. Answer. B. No passing allowed. A solid yellow line on your side of the road indicates that passing is not allowed due to potential hazards or limited visibility. Question 4. What should you do if you are approaching a railroad crossing and the signals are flashing? A. Stop and proceed when safe. B. Speed up to clear the crossing quickly. C. Slow down and proceed with caution. Answer. A. Stop and proceed when safe. When approaching a railroad crossing with flashing signals, you must come to a complete stop and proceed only when it's safe to do so. Question 5. When should you use your headlights? A. Only at night. B. At dawn and dusk. C. Whenever visibility is reduced. Answer. C. Whenever visibility is reduced, you should use your headlights whenever visibility is reduced, such as during fog, rain, or at dawn and dusk. Question 6. What should you do when encountering a school bus with flashing red lights? A. Pass quickly to avoid delays. B. Continue driving at the same speed. C. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing. Answer. C. Stop and wait until the lights stop flashing. When encountering a school bus with flashing red lights, you must stop your vehicle and wait until the lights stop flashing before proceeding. Question 7. How much space should you leave between your car and the car ahead of you when driving? A. At least 1 car length. B. At least 2 seconds of following distance. C. As close as possible to maintain speed. Answer. B. At least 2 seconds of following distance. You should maintain at least 2 seconds of following distance between your car and the car ahead of you to ensure an adequate stopping distance. Question 8. What is the proper way to enter a freeway? A. Stop before entering and wait for an opening. B. Use the acceleration lane to match the speed of traffic and merge. C. Drive slowly and signal your intention to merge immediately. Answer. B. Use the acceleration lane to match the speed of traffic and merge. The proper way to enter a freeway is to use the acceleration lane to match the speed of traffic and merge safely. Question 9. When can you pass on the right? A. Only in heavy traffic. B. When the vehicle ahead is turning left. C. Never. Answer. B. When the vehicle ahead is turning left. You can pass on the right when the vehicle ahead is turning left, and there is sufficient space to do so safely. Question 10. What is the purpose of a diamond-shaped traffic sign? A. Warns of upcoming railroad crossings. B. Indicates the end of a no passing zone. C. Warns of possible hazards or conditions ahead. Answer. C. Warns of possible hazards or conditions ahead. A diamond-shaped traffic sign typically warns of possible hazards or conditions ahead, such as curves, intersections, or road construction. Question 11. What does a red circle with a slash through it mean? A. Proceed with caution. B. No entry. C. Yield to oncoming traffic. Answer B. No entry. A red circle with a slash through it indicates that entry is prohibited, commonly seen in no entry signs. Question 12. How should you proceed if you come to a flashing red traffic signal? A. Treat it as a stop sign. B. Proceed without stopping. C. Slow down and proceed with caution. Answer A. Treat it as a stop sign. A flashing red traffic signal should be treated as a stop sign. You must come to a complete stop and proceed when safe. Question 13. What is the purpose of traffic signals? A. To control the flow of traffic. B. To provide information about nearby landmarks. C. To indicate upcoming rest areas. Answer A. To control the flow of traffic. Traffic signals are designed to control the flow of traffic and ensure safe and orderly movement at intersections. Question 14. What should you do if you realize you're driving in the wrong direction on a freeway? A. Stop immediately and reverse. B. Make a U-turn at the next exit. C. Safely exit the freeway and find a way to turn around. Answer C. Safely exit the freeway and find a way to turn around. If you realize you're driving in the wrong direction on a freeway, safely exit the freeway at the nearest exit and find a safe way to turn around. Question 15. How should you adjust your driving when it starts to rain? A. Drive faster to reach your destination quickly. B. Increase following distance and reduce speed. C. Turn off headlights to avoid glare. Answer B. Increase following distance and reduce speed. When it starts to rain, you should increase your following distance and reduce your speed to maintain control and visibility. Question 16. What should you do if you're involved in a minor traffic collision? A. Exchange insurance information and leave the scene. B. Move the vehicles to the side of the road and wait for police. C. Drive away if there's no visible damage. Answer B. Move the vehicles to the side of the road and wait for police. In the event of a minor traffic collision, you should move the vehicles to a safe location, exchange insurance information, and wait for the police to arrive. Question 17. What does a yellow traffic light indicate? A. Speed up to clear the intersection. B. Slow down and prepare to stop. C. Proceed with caution. Answer C. Proceed with caution. A yellow traffic light indicates that the signal is about to change to red. Proceed with caution and prepare to stop if it is safe to do so. Question 18. What should you do if you're driving and feel drowsy? A. Increase your speed to stay alert. B. Roll down the windows for fresh air. C. Pull over in a safe location and rest. Answer C. Pull over in a safe location and rest. If you're driving and feel drowsy, pull over to a safe location and rest until you're alert enough to continue driving safely. Question 19. What should you do if you see a pedestrian crossing the street ahead of you? A. Honk your horn to alert them. B. Slow down and yield the right of way. C. Maintain your speed and continue driving. Answer B. Slow down and yield the right of way. If you see a pedestrian crossing the street ahead of you, you must slow down and yield the right of way to the pedestrian. Question 20. How far should you stop from a stop sign or a traffic light? A. At least 5 feet away. B. At least 10 feet away. C. At the marked stop line or before entering the crosswalk. Answer C. At the marked stop line or before entering the crosswalk. When stopping at a stop sign or a traffic light, you should stop at the marked stop line or before entering the crosswalk. Question 21. When should you use your turn signals? A. Only when changing lanes. B. Only when turning at intersections. C. Whenever changing lanes or turning. Answer C. Whenever changing lanes or turning, you should use your turn signals whenever changing lanes or making turns to indicate your intentions to other drivers. Question 22. What should you do if your vehicle starts to skid on a slippery road? A. Brake hard to regain control. B. Turn in the direction of the skid. C. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. Answer: C. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. If your vehicle starts to skid on a slippery road, steer in the opposite direction of the skid to regain control of the vehicle. Question 23. What is the purpose of the California Move Over law? A. To encourage drivers to change lanes frequently. B. To protect law enforcement and emergency personnel. C. To regulate vehicle speeds on highways. Answer: B. To protect law enforcement and emergency personnel. The California Move Over law requires drivers to move over or slow down when passing stopped emergency vehicles to protect law enforcement and emergency personnel. Question 24. What is the appropriate action when approaching a stopped emergency vehicle with flashing lights on the side of the road? A. Increase speed to pass quickly. B. Move over to a non-adjacent lane if safe to do so. C. Continue at the same speed and lane. Answer: B. Move over to a non-adjacent lane if safe to do so. When approaching a stopped emergency vehicle with flashing lights on the side of the road, you should move over to a non-adjacent lane if it is safe to do so to provide space for emergency personnel. Question 25. How should you react if your vehicle's brakes fail while driving? A. Pump the brakes repeatedly. B. Shift to a lower gear and apply the parking brake gently. C. Use the emergency brake immediately. Answer: B. Shift to a lower gear and apply the parking brake gently. If your vehicle's brakes fail while driving, shift to a lower gear and apply the parking brake gently to slow down and stop the vehicle. Question 26. What is the meaning of a solid white line on the road? A. Indicates a no passing zone. B. Marks the edge of the roadway. C. Designates a bike lane. Answer: B. Marks the edge of the roadway. A solid white line on the road typically marks the edge of the roadway, guiding drivers to stay within the bounds of the lane. Question 27. What is the purpose of a crosswalk? A. To indicate where pedestrians should cross. B. To mark the end of a no passing zone. C. To designate parking spaces. Answer: A. To indicate where pedestrians should cross. A crosswalk is marked on the road to indicate where pedestrians should cross safely, often at intersections or designated crossings. Question 28. What should you do if you approach an intersection with a malfunctioning traffic signal? A. Treat it as a four-way stop. B. Ignore the signal and proceed. C. Yield to vehicles from the left. Answer: A. Treat it as a four-way stop. If you approach an intersection with a malfunctioning traffic signal, you should treat it as a four-way stop and proceed with caution, yielding to other vehicles as necessary. Question 29. What is the legal blood alcohol concentration? BASI, limit for drivers in California. A. 0, 5%. B. 0, 8%. C. 0, 10%. Answer: B. 0, 8%. The legal blood alcohol concentration. BASI. Limit for drivers in California is 0, 8%. Question 30. What should you do if you see a vehicle approaching you with its high beams on? A. Flash your high beams to signal them. B. Turn on your high beams as well. C. Look away and reduce your speed. Answer: C. Look away and reduce your speed. If you see a vehicle approaching you with its high beams on, look away from the lights and reduce your speed to avoid being blinded by the glare. Question 31. When should you use your hazard lights? A. When driving in heavy rain. B. When stopped on the shoulder of the road due to an emergency. C. When making a turn. Answer: B. When stopped on the shoulder of the road due to an emergency. You should use your hazard lights when stopped on the shoulder of the road due to an emergency to alert other drivers of your presence. Question 32. What should you do if your vehicle's engine overheats while driving? A. Pour cold water over the engine. B. Turn off the engine and wait for it to cool down. C. Increase your speed to cool the engine. Answer: B. Turn off the engine and wait for it to cool down. If your vehicle's engine overheats while driving, you should turn off the engine and wait for it to cool down before attempting to drive again. Question 33. How can you reduce the risk of a collision while driving at night? A. Keep your headlights on high beam. B. Increase your speed. C. Reduce your speed and use low beam headlights. Answer: C. Reduce your speed and use low beam headlights. To reduce the risk of a collision while driving at night, you should reduce your speed and use low beam headlights to improve visibility without blinding other drivers. Question 34. What should you do if you're being tailgated by another driver? A. Increase your speed to create more distance. B. Brake suddenly to warn the tailgater. C. Slow down and increase your following distance. Answer: C. Slow down and increase your following distance. If you're being tailgated by another driver, you should slow down and increase your following distance to create a safer buffer zone between your vehicles. Question 35. What is the purpose of a roundabout? A. To speed up traffic flow. B. To slow down traffic flow. C. To improve traffic safety and reduce congestion. Answer: C. To improve traffic safety and reduce congestion. The purpose of a roundabout is to improve traffic safety and reduce congestion by regulating the flow of traffic at intersections. Question 36. What is the proper way to change lanes on a highway? A. Signal, check mirrors, and immediately change lanes. B. Check mirrors, signal, and change lanes gradually. C. Change lanes without signaling to avoid alerting other drivers. Answer: B. Check mirrors, signal, and change lanes gradually. The proper way to change lanes on a highway is to check your mirrors, signal your intention to change lanes, and then change lanes gradually when it's safe to do so. Question 37. How should you approach a curve in the road? A. Maintain speed and stay in the center of the lane. B. Slow down before entering the curve. C. Speed up to maintain momentum. Answer: B. Slow down before entering the curve. You should slow down before entering a curve in the road to maintain control of your vehicle and reduce the risk of skidding or losing control. Question 38. What is the meaning of a solid yellow line alongside a broken yellow line? A. Passing is allowed on both sides. B. Passing is allowed only on the side with the broken line. C. Passing is prohibited on both sides. Answer: B. Passing is allowed only on the side with the broken line. A solid yellow line alongside a broken yellow line indicates that passing is allowed only on the side with the broken line, while passing is prohibited on the side with the solid line. Question 39. What does it mean when a traffic signal is displaying a steady green arrow? A. You may turn in the direction of the arrow. B. You must stop and yield to oncoming traffic. C. You must proceed straight ahead. Answer: A. You may turn in the direction of the arrow. When a traffic signal is displaying a steady green arrow, you may turn in the direction indicated by the arrow without yielding to oncoming traffic, but you must still yield to pedestrians and vehicles already in the intersection. Question 40. When should you yield the right-of-way to pedestrians? A. Only at marked crosswalks. B. Only when they are crossing from your left. C. Whenever they are crossing the street. Answer C. Whenever they are crossing the street, you should yield the right-of-way to pedestrians whenever they are crossing the street, whether at marked crosswalks or intersections, to ensure their safety. Question 41. What is the purpose of a white diamond painted on the road? A. Designates a bicycle lane. B. Marks the beginning of a construction zone. C. Indicates a carpool lane. Answer C. Indicates a carpool lane. A white diamond painted on the road indicates a carpool lane reserved for vehicles with multiple occupants or specific qualifications. Question 42. What should you do if you encounter a large animal crossing the road? A. Swerve to avoid hitting the animal. B. Speed up to pass the animal quickly. C. Slow down and yield the right-of-way. Answer C. Slow down and yield the right-of-way. If you encounter a large animal crossing the road, you should slow down and yield the right-of-way to avoid a collision. Swerving or speeding up may increase the risk of an accident. Question 43. How can you ensure your safety when backing up your vehicle? A. Turn on hazard lights to warn others. B. Use only mirrors to check surroundings. C. Turn your head and look behind you. Answer C. Turn your head and look behind you. To ensure your safety when backing up your vehicle, you should turn your head and look behind you while using mirrors to check your surroundings. Question 44. What is the purpose of rumble strips on the road? A. To alert drivers of approaching toll booths. B. To indicate upcoming rest areas. C. To alert drivers of potential hazards or lane departures. Answer C. To alert drivers of potential hazards or lane departures. Rumble strips are designed to alert drivers of potential hazards or lane departures by causing vibrations and noise when vehicles drive over them. Question 45. What is the appropriate action if you're involved in a hit-and-run accident? A. Exchange insurance information with the other driver. B. Report the accident to the police and provide details. C. Leave the scene and notify authorities later. Answer B. Report the accident to the police and provide details. If you're involved in a hit-and-run accident, you should report the accident to the police immediately and provide them with all available details, including the other vehicle's description and license plate number if possible. Question 46. What should you do if you encounter a bicyclist on the road? A. Honk your horn to alert them. B. Pass closely to avoid delays. C. Slow down and give them plenty of space. Answer C. Slow down and give them plenty of space. When encountering a bicyclist on the road, you should slow down and give them plenty of space to ensure their safety and prevent accidents. Question 47. How can you avoid distractions while driving? A. Use hands-free devices for phone calls. B. Read incoming text messages while driving. C. Eat and drink while keeping one hand on the wheel. Answer A. Use hands-free devices for phone calls. To avoid distractions while driving, you should use hands-free devices for phone calls and avoid engaging in activities that take your focus away from the road. Question 48. What is the purpose of a safety belt or seat belt? A. To keep passengers comfortable during long drives. B. To prevent passengers from exiting the vehicle. C. To reduce the risk of injury in a collision. Answer C. To reduce the risk of injury in a collision. The purpose of a safety belt or seat belt is to reduce the risk of injury in a collision by restraining passengers and preventing them from being thrown from the vehicle. Question 49. What should you do if you witness aggressive driving behavior? A. Confront the aggressive driver and retaliate. B. Report the behavior to law enforcement. C. Ignore the behavior and continue driving. Answer B. Report the behavior to law enforcement. If you witness aggressive driving behavior, you should report the behavior to law enforcement rather than confronting the aggressive driver, which could escalate the situation. Question 50. What is the purpose of a traffic circle? A. To regulate the flow of traffic at intersections. B. To provide parking spaces for vehicles. C. To designate areas for pedestrians. Answer A. To regulate the flow of traffic at intersections. The purpose of a traffic circle is to regulate the flow of traffic at intersections by directing vehicles to yield to others already in the circle and facilitating smoother traffic flow. Question 51. How should you respond if your vehicle's tire blows out while driving? A. Slam on the brakes immediately. B. Grip the steering wheel firmly and ease off the accelerator. C. Swerve sharply to the side of the road. Answer B. Grip the steering wheel firmly and ease off the accelerator. If your vehicle's tire blows out while driving, you should grip the steering wheel firmly and ease off the accelerator to maintain control of the vehicle while safely pulling over to the side of the road. Question 52. What is the purpose of an acceleration lane on a freeway? A. To provide a lane for vehicles to slow down before exiting the freeway. B. To provide a lane for vehicles to enter the freeway and match the flow of traffic. C. To provide a lane for vehicles to stop and rest. Answer B. To provide a lane for vehicles to enter the freeway and match the flow of traffic. The purpose of an acceleration lane on a freeway is to provide a dedicated lane for vehicles to enter the freeway from an on-ramp and accelerate to match the flow of traffic before merging. Question 53. What should you do if you miss your exit on a freeway? A. Reverse and backtrack to the exit. B. Continue driving to the next exit and turn around. C. Stop in the middle of the freeway and wait for assistance. Answer B. Continue driving to the next exit and turn around. If you miss your exit on a freeway, you should continue driving to the next exit, safely exit the freeway, and turn around to return to your intended route. Question 54. How should you respond if you're being followed too closely by another vehicle? A. Increase your speed to create more distance. B. Brake suddenly to warn the tailgater. C. Slow down gradually and allow them to pass. Answer C. Slow down gradually and allow them to pass. If you're being followed too closely by another vehicle, you should slow down gradually and allow the tailgater to pass you safely, reducing the risk of a rear-end collision. Question 55. What is the purpose of a do not enter sign? A. Indicates a one-way street where entry is prohibited. B. Designates a street for pedestrians only. C. Warns of a dead-end street with no outlet. Answer A. Indicates a one-way street where entry is prohibited. A do not enter sign indicates a one-way street where entry is prohibited, ensuring traffic flows in the correct direction and preventing head-on collisions.